Welcome to the property news on Magicbricks, now India's first property channel. I'm Amita Balachandra. Let's take a look at the top headlines at this hour. Home buyers cheer after a Haryana High Court refuses bail to Adel landmark MD Hem Singh. Adel is under fire from courts for duping buyers of over 1,000 crore rupee, promising and not delivering homes on time, and even changing the name of the company multiple times. Magicbricks now asks, isn't it time the government steps in to protect home buyers' rights? Mumbai civic body BMC seems to have got it wrong again. Activists and urban planners poke holes in the long-delayed draft Mumbai Development Plan 2034 that BMC tabled last week after multiple deadline extensions. Activists say that the BMC has made deliberate errors in this new draft plan. More roadblocks for Mumbai Metro 3 as RA activists ask government to consider alternative locations for Metro car shed. Meanwhile, Maha government stands firm, says construction on Metro car shed will continue. Also on the news, on our ongoing campaign is Mumbai Rain Ready. Residents of the maximum city weigh in and tell us how authorities have fared in making the city ready for the monsoons. In our ongoing campaign against project delays, we focus on NCR yet again, where the Haryana court refused bail to Hem Singh Bharana, the MD of Adel Landmarks Private Limited, on Thursday. Now, the company has been under fire after it sold flats to nearly 3,000 home buyers across Gurgaon and Faridabad without getting licenses to construct homes. At least 55 FIRs have been filed against the builder. Multiple cases are pending against Adel in the Punjab High Court, the National Commission and even the Supreme Court. What's more, the District Town Planning Office of Gurgaon recently issued a notice warning home buyers not to indulge in any transaction with the company. In fact, buyers allege that the company has even changed its name a couple of times. Our reporter Deepa Rana caught up with some of the buyers in Gurgaon. Listen in.
This builder doesn't have proper clearances and even approvals on even today when we are talking of. You see, I had a allotted flat in phase 3. There's nothing. There's nothing which has come up over ground. This is all barren land. The money was given in 2012. Today is after how many? 4 years? 4 years. There's absolutely nothing. The license will expire in September 2016. There is a FIR number 85 of 2015 at Rajendra Park Police Station against that project for pre-launching. The location we are standing, there is a FIR 441 against this project for pre-launch. Now today there are 30 plus FIRs in Gurgaon, 24 in Palwal, 1 in Bahadurgarh, 1 in Delhi and 1 even in Bangalore, which has been done recently. Then I started finding out the functioning of this company.
And at the time of booking, it was told it's properly legalized, every license is there, and it is being financed by SDFC Bank, Corporation Bank, DHFL, etc. banks. Okay, so that's why I got convinced, like all finances are there and he's saying legal, and I got through newspaper ad like this project is being launched and project is available and all these things. So I booked it. 1 or 2 years it went properly, like construction was going on, foundation digging done, foundation done, first floor casting done. After 2012, like issues came, like there is no construction, all this. Then I visited site, their offices, they say, okay, we are doing something. And now it's more than 3 years. My position date was in 2014. Now when starting 2016, there is nothing, no progress since 2012. No construction is there. And now we have come to know, like, he don't have any land on his name. That land is not his name. He don't have even license at his name. Although project was launched at 2008, original project was launched in 2008.
I am one of the unfortunate buyer who actually booked that. Right now that construction is hold since last 2.5 years. We got letters from Adel Era Landmark that they have diverted our money to their other infrastructure projects and they don't have money right now to construct that entire project. Out of 7 towers, only 3 towers have been completed with 3 to 4 stories only, wherein they have to build 17 stories. As long as police and judiciary is concerned, we have already complained in economical offence wing in Haryana under FIR 295. But we are not getting any proper response or positive response from any of the authority. We are service class people, and we don't have other option but to have a credibility at the banks. My hope is with the judiciary, but unfortunately people over there are dragging these cases for last 2-3 years. Every time there is a hearing, they keep on extending that date.
Now, it's not just the NCR that's facing the heat. In Mumbai, civic activists are up in arms again over the revised draft development plan. Now, this is the plan that will guide development in the city till 2034. Activists allege this plan too is riddled with deliberate errors. The development plan was to be tabled in 2012, but this got delayed till 2015. The Chief Minister scrapped the plan tabled in 2015 following a public outcry. Since then, the development plan has already got 3 extensions on its deadline, following which BMC tabled it last week for public suggestions. Magicbricks now caught up with reputed civic activists. Listen in to how they rated this plan for Mumbai.
I think the fact that there are faults still after 2 or 3 attempts at revision speaks very poorly about the department or the team which is doing the development plan exercise. And we know that from the 91 development plan, only 5 to 10% of the development plan has been implemented. So why are we not able to implement is what we should answer first before making a new development plan. I think it is highly misleading, and especially that's what I've been talking in the context of affordable housing. This DP is only about an attempt to open up NDZ areas. And I think this is, in a sense, a development for a few, not a development plan for the city per se, but a development plan for just a few people who have large land holding in these NDZ pockets.
I don't think that this DP will see the light of the day in its present form. People will object. Now, this is again another very funny situation. When the existing land use maps were being prepared, people gave in their objections. Then when the draft was being prepared, people gave their objections. And when the final thing is coming out, then the same mistakes are carried forward. So you're actually taking people for a ride.
Mumbai's development plan is certainly feasible if it is people-oriented and not market-oriented, not developer-oriented, not profit-oriented at the cost of human development of the others.
Shifting focus to Thane now, the Thane Municipal Corporation has proposed a rebate of 5 to 10% on property tax to cooperative housing societies who will have their own solid waste processing units in Thane. The corporation also claims that by March 2018, 100% of waste will be processed scientifically in Thane. Early this year, the Bombay High Court had rapped the TMC for mismanaging garbage disposal and had asked if it should ban new constructions in the city. Disha Shah got us this report on how the TMC is dealing with its garbage problem.
We identify waste item-wise, segregate, collect, transport and process. So to give you an example, for example, all the flour waste in the city is being converted into manure, and this project is already commissioned. We got an award for it. Second project, which is for all the wood waste, is being converted into fuel briquettes. So this project is also commissioned. Now the remaining projects are either on the stage of being commissioned or in the pipeline, and hopefully if everything goes off well in the next 3-4 months, it should also be commissioned. So basically what I'm seeing is that from zero, what I was 1 year back, by 2017 end, or maybe latest by March 2018, 100% of the waste that is generated in the city would be processed scientifically.
You just mentioned about the waste processing and segregation, but anyhow corporation is also spreading awareness amongst housing societies. Anything that you are tying up with the housing societies to make them aware?
Happy to note that many societies are coming forward with this such projects, and corporation, in order to give a boost to this, is we have just finalized the policy. We are going to the GB for it, whereby we are planning to give a certain rebate, which is as an incentive basically for those societies which will be having their own solid waste processing units and intact units. Having said this, the issue of concern still remains the slum areas, because that is where the problem is. So for this areas, we have just recently, we've got an approval from the general body and we're going for the tendering of that, is whereby we are going in for this automated waste collection and processing unit on the spot.
What will be the incentive and rebate that you were talking about to the housing cooperative societies?
Somewhere between 5 to 10% of the property tax.
Now, if you're a resident of Thane, you will be happy to know that the urban debate is going on ground this weekend. Magicbricks Now editor Faye D'Souza will be in Thane on the 4th of June. Join her as she quizzes Municipal Commissioner Sanjeev Jaiswal on civic issues in Thane. Get answers to all your questions on water, pollution, traffic, sanitation, sewage, anything at all. To register, SMS TUD space Thane to 922-390-3333 or email us on theurbandebate@timesgroup.com. Now, if you're buying a home beside a lake in Bengaluru, you better listen to this first. The Bangalore Development Authority, or the BDA, will start enforcing an NGT ruling preventing construction within 75 meters of any lake or wetland in Bengaluru over the next couple of days. Now, the ruling also allows BDA to demolish any construction not adhering to this norm. Though the ruling will apply to new projects only, the authority, we learn, is likely to closely watch existing projects which fall within this buffer zone. Shifting focus to Mumbai now, a huge fire broke out at the busy Colaba Road's Metro House on the 2nd of June. Efforts are on to douse the fire. Over 12 fire tenders are currently at the spot battling the blaze that broke out at 4 p.m. on Thursday. Fortunately, no casualties have been reported in the fire. 2 people were rescued from the building. The Metro House is a popular landmark in Colaba and houses many popular outlets. Also in the property news, a roadblock for the Colaba-Bandra Seeps Metro yet again. Despite government nod, residents are still up in arms over MMRDA's plans to build a metro car shed in the environmentally sensitive RA area. Residents demand that the Maharashtra government needs to consider other areas. Ruchi Deshpande gets us the latest.
In the latest development, the residents and the activists of Mumbai opposing the construction of a metro car shed in RA area of Mumbai for line 3 of Mumbai Metro, which will run from Colaba to Seeps. The residents and the activists of Mumbai said today in a statement that they have presented alternative areas to the Maharashtra government to set up this metro car shed, but the Maharashtra government has just given a cursory glance to those alternative areas and have instead zeroed down on RA as the final area to construct this metro car shed. Now, the residents and the activists further said that amongst the other feasible areas to construct this metro car shed, they had outlined Kalina and Kanjal Marg as 2 of them. While Kalina, the residents say, is a better option since it has arid land which will cause no environmental harm. It will also save the Maharashtra government money since constructing a metro line extension through RA will cost it another 200 crores. Now, regarding Kanjal Marg, the activists say that this is the best site to construct the metro car shed since it has ample space to set up 2 depots, one for the central line for the Powai residents and the other for a metro 3 car shed as well. Now, this land will also not cause any environmental damage according to the activists. But the Maharashtra government on 27th of May, the Chief Minister of Maharashtra made a statement that said that moving the car shed anywhere else apart from RA to Kalina or Kanjal Marg, for example, will cost the government about 1500 crore rupees. Hence, there was no other choice but to construct it in RA. Now, MMRCL or the Mumbai Metro Rail Corporation said that since the Maharashtra government is keen on protecting RA and declaring it as an eco-sensitive zone, they have instead zeroed in upon the private land which is Royal Palms. Now, incidentally, the residents and the activists also say that whatever applies to RA in terms of environmental damage also applies to Royal Palms. In fact, I caught up with a few activists on this issue. Hear them out. So, Mr. Chavin, my first question to you, would you highlight the pain points of you opposing putting up a car shed in RA right now? I know you're not opposed to the metro, but you're opposed to putting a metro shed over there. Would you just highlight the pain points for us?
See, there are many other options, and RA was never the location for a car shed, even in the plans of the MMRCL. they all of a sudden decided to extend it into RA, and not just extend it, even though they call it the Colaba-Seeps corridor, they have created a station inside RA, inside the forest, where there is not a single human being living around it. So the purpose was very clear. We understood that the aim behind locating this car shed at RA was to create real estate development along that area. And in fact, their own report said that we are going into RA because there is scope for further development. Add to that came the DP, which said that you could expand and it would become a residential hub, and all kinds of constructions were supposed to be coming up there. Now our opposition is mainly because it's a forest, there is wildlife in it, and it's an area where people can access without any paying any money, and it's free to access, and people can get the benefits of being with nature. Now when there are options like the Kanjurmarg side, then you have the Mahalakshmi, Kalina side, the BKC, their own land which they are ignoring, and the Back Bay. We've given them about 8 options. And the sad part is that they have not even bothered to consider those 8 options.
So, Mr. Lal, what is your future course of action now? What is the status of this project right now? Are you going up to the MMRCL, or what are you approaching the government?
We have been repeatedly talking to the government and MMRCL also in terms of we had just one meeting where they called us in and we gave our suggestions in writing. But beyond that, they are not responding. When we have taken, we are believe that the law does not allow this metro car shed to be located inside the forest. So we've knocked at the doors of the National Green Tribunal, and which is hearing the matter. The primary objection of MMRCL was that this petition itself was not maintainable. The NGT has demolished that argument and said that this petition concerns a serious issue of environment, and so it will be heard in all propriety.
Moving on to our special series, Is Mumbai Rain Ready? Now, while on one hand, BMC is gearing up for monsoon with repairing and resurfacing the roads and clearing the drainage systems, citizens, on the other hand, don't feel that this monsoon will be any different from the previous ones. They believe that very little is being done by the BMC. Listen in.
BMC is not doing anything. Like, people are walking from the water, it's filled up still here. BMC is doing nothing. They are not putting even the questions also that people, they are going into the holes, but they are not coming out. You know, even I travel from train or bike. Now I have my bike, so I travel. If we need taxi also, the taxi people also, they say कि मैडम नहीं पानी यहाँ पे भरा है, हम आगे तक जा नहीं सकते. So what's the use of BMC and the taxi wala? So Modi, please do something, like people can go here and there. So please do something.
This place gets literally flooded, and when it comes to Lower Parel or Elphinstone especially, these places are like, it gets actually choked up because of the garbage and the, you know, these guys who come pick up the garbage, and they just like, they don't care about the things, and because of that all things is so messed up that we have to literally walk till water till our knee length, which is not done. And as you can see now, monsoon is about to come, so it is actually going to ruin the things, because we had been seeing these things from our school times.
बारिश में एक्चुअली बेसिकली प्रॉब्लम ये होता है कि रेलवे के लाइन ट्रैक वगैरह चोकअप हो जाते हैं, और जैसे कि अभी ये ड्रेनेज जो गटर वगैरह साफ़ करते हैं, आदमी साफ़ करने के बाद बोलते हैं कि इस बार होगा नहीं कुछ प्रॉब्लम, बट वो क्या करते हैं, जो भी कचरा है बाजू में बाहर निकाल के रख देते हैं, एंड बाय द टाइम वो सीधा वापस गटर के अंदर चला जाता है, तो सेम प्रॉब्लम में रिपीट अगेन होंगे. इस बार महानगर पालिका ने बोला है 100% नहीं होगा, पर कॉन्फिडेंट है कि इस बार भी वापस वही प्रॉब्लम होने वाला है. मतलब इट्स रिकरिंग, मतलब हर बार होता ही है, मतलब चाहे कितने भी दावे करो, अल्टीमेटली मुझे नहीं लगता है सॉल्व होता है इसका.
जो लाइन वगैरह रहती है, रेलवे ट्रैक वगैरह, वो सारे फुल हो जाते हैं, तो इसी वजह से ट्रांसपोर्ट में बहुत दिक्कत हो जाती है, जो कि लोग बहुत दूर से ट्रांसपोर्ट करते हैं जॉब के लिए या फिर डेली रूटीन के लिए, तो ट्रांसपोर्टेशन का मेन इशू है मुंबई में.
Now, while everybody in Mumbai is preparing for the rains, Magicbricks now will also do its bit to help the Mumbaiker weather the monsoon. Here's what we will do now. This campaign will run through the monsoon. We have gotten assurance now from the BMC that they will act on information we send them. So we will reach out to them and track the action they take. But you as a citizen also have to do your bit. If your area is flooded, if you get stuck in a train or a car because of waterlogging, or if there is a tree that has fallen somewhere which is holding up traffic, and if you're there, take pictures, videos, location tag them and tweet or email them to us. Post it on our Facebook page. IDs are on your screens. The city's Municipal Commissioner Sanjay Deshmukh has also assured the inputs you send us will be taken up by the BMC.
I'm very happy that Magicbricks now has taken an initiative for creating awareness on the issues related to monsoon. And I'm sure that these initiatives will go a long way in tackling monsoon-related issues in Mumbai. The app that we have and also the helpline that we have, you can also put on Magicbricks now. And whatever complaints that you receive can be transmitted to us, and we will immediately attend to those complaints.
Also on the property news, financial services firm Brick Eagle is looking to partner with 15 developers building affordable homes. Now, these investments will be done under its social housing fund. The company has already partnered with 5 developers till date. Rishi Deshpande caught up with Brick Eagle's Rajesh Krishnan. Listen in.
My first question to you, about a year ago, sometime in July, you set up a social fund worth $50 million where you were aiming at supporting houses worth 10 lakh rupees. What's the status on that? Can we see more of them in the auction?
Sure. Actually, we set up a Brick Eagle Foundation with an idea to capitalize housing for EWS customers in the less than 10 lakh segment. As a group, we have delivered about 3,000 homes so far in that segment.
So, Mr. Krishnan, from what I understand, you've sort of incubated, if that's the right word, 4 developers. And also, are there any more that you're looking at, or any more projects that you're taking up for, say, redevelopment?
We just added a 5th one, so it's 5 developers. See, our strategy is to partner with local developers across the country. The premise being it's a very local game. So we need local developers, and they have a few challenges, and we think we can support them to overcome those challenges, be it capital, credibility, distribution strategy, various things.
So Maharashtra government is doing a lot when it comes to affordable housing, providing incentives to developers, but developers on the other hand are not quite happy with that. They're not going ahead for it. What according to you should the government do more to incentivize affordable housing, and what do you think the developers should do?
The good point is there is a new breed of developers who are keen to do affordable housing. So there are 2 things we need to do if we really want affordable housing. And broadly speaking, it falls in 2 buckets. On one side, you got corporate developers, people who have been in the manufacturing setups earlier, who are keen to do affordable housing. They have the right mindset. But their challenges are around approvals, land issues, and local issues. On the other side, we are putting our money on local developers, right? Because these guys know exactly how to navigate the landscape. Their challenge is capital. So again, one way to produce 1 million homes across the country is to support these guys with capital at initial stages. Because the money is needed before approvals. So if the country wants housing for all, we should think about setting up a social housing fund which will seed all these projects with the initial capital required to get them over the hump.
My last question to you. We generally have seen private equity firms invest in a lot of commercial projects when it comes to India or Maharashtra specifically. What incentive does it take for a private equity firm to invest in affordable housing?
See, first and foremost, they need to understand the game. People invest in things that they understand. And most funds today don't understand affordable housing. Right? And all they know is basically the headlines that they hear sitting in Singapore or New York, which is that a lot of people have tried and they couldn't do it and they didn't make money, which in a way discourages large funds from entering the space.
Moving on, it looks like it is only a matter of time now before Revenue Minister Eknath Khadse is ousted from the Maharashtra government. Khadse has been in the midst of a political storm after he allegedly acquired land at 1/6 the original price. Khadse's fate will be decided by the BJP top brass, but the minister is reportedly defiant. Despite the BJP making it clear they won't compromise on their anti-graft image, the Maharashtra ministry has reportedly refused to resign from his post. Shifting focus to Deal Street now, Indian Hotels is all set to sell its Taj Boston hotel property in a deal that could be valued at around $125 million. This is the latest property that Taj Group has hived off as it looks to restructure its business and exit loss-making geographies. Neha Bothra gets us more details.
Well, yes, that's right. We are given to understand New Indian Development along with Eastern Real Estate have entered an agreement with Indian Hotels to buy Taj Boston. Remember, this property was purchased by Indian Hotels in 2006. It was formerly known as Ritz-Carlton Boston. It was bought for close to $170 million. We are given to understand that the parties are negotiating and are likely to enter a deal conclusion by July this year. Do remember that Indian Hotels has earlier indicated that they want to trim their portfolio of hotels all over the world and focus on high margin geographies so as to reduce the level of debt they have and also enhance the level of profitability they record on their books. More importantly, remember that Taj Boston recorded losses to the tune of over $7 million in financial year 2016, and it remains to be seen how the transaction will pan out, because for now Indian Hotels declined to comment, saying that they will not wish to comment on this until the transaction is completed. But a representative from Eastern Real Estate indicated that they are excited about this and are looking forward to new partnerships and working with new employees so as to tap the potential of this iconic property. All in all, a very important deal to watch out for.
With that, we've completely run out of time on the show. It's a wrap on this edition of the Property News on Magicbricks now. Thank you for watching.